Ms. Wilson from Florida on the Democrat side.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Public schools have to educate everyone, the gifted, the disabled, the wheelchair-bound, the mentally challenged, the sick, the orphan, the ungovernable, everyone. Charter and private schools cherry pick and refuse entry to any child they do not want. They can do that, but public schools cannot, and that's wrong. With less funding, they have to handle everyone. It is unfair and it's an insane ploy to destroy public education and leave it in shambles. And I implore you to stop supporting charter schools and support our wonderful public schools. I am from Florida, and I have seen what happens when we do this. Ms. Levin, in your statement, you state that many schools around the nation face chronic and severe underfunding. Diverting much-needed funding from public education to pay for private school vouchers exacerbates the lack of resources. I hearken back to a 2009 Miami-Dade School District report that questioned whether some public schools were attempting to select high-performing students for enrollment. The report found that advanced students were nearly twice as lucky to transfer to select private schools as to continue in their home schools. However, this selective enrollment is not unique to Miami. Across the country, this is creating a new segregated public school system. If the private schools are cherry-picking the best students, diverting funds, and not subject to the same oversight, of course, they would have an advantage. How do we ensure that this does not happen?
We ensure this doesn't happen by not funding voucher programs that have all the flaws that you've just articulated, and furthermore, by fully funding public schools where, of course, there are huge challenges, but where there are mechanisms and laws and also the will of most of the people in this country to make things better. I do want to go back for one moment to the idea of demonizing families and individuals, because that is what you do when you don't have reasoned and evidence-backed arguments. Education Law Center and the scores of public education supporters around the country engage in respectful opposition to policies that in our considered judgment would hurt far more students than would help them. And we also oppose policymakers who support those policies who should know better. And just to be clear, I'm proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with educators across the country who are fighting for the same things.
Thank you. I yield back.